Be ready for the amazing 500th episode of Monetize This. For over 10 years, a show that has changed lives, ruined lives, made Joe a ton of money, created enemies, and everlasting memories will go live for its 500th episode. Monetize This, 500 April 12th, special start time of 9 p.m. April 12th, 2025.
Immune drop bombs, bombs be dropping. Immune drop bombs, bombs be dropping. Let's go, he got the dough. It's raining money, baby. Immune drop bombs, bombs be dropping. 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 Immune drop bombs. Bombs be dropping. Immune drop bombs. Bombs be dropping. Immune drop bombs. Immune drop bombs. Immune drop bombs.
What's up, AEW fans? Hey man, despite the back and forth, up and down, back and forth, we don't know what the hell we're really doing with MJF, it's still good somehow. Even with the back and forth, the up and down, the we don't know what's up with MJF, it's still good to me. Pretty crazy, because it could be bad. You know, like that shit is bizarre, bro. What's up, guys? Hit that like button. It's Wednesday night. We're fucking crazy, brother. It's crazy Wednesday night. La, 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 la. Hey, man, put your sister on the phone. We're live, baby. We had a failure to launch today at SpaceX and NASA. I was all juiced up, ready to see that ship take off, and then it didn't happen, like a limp one. But AEW did happen, so sit back and enjoy the ride. We're going to start the show in just a couple of minutes. Hit the like button, leave some comments, share this around to everybody, get hyped, take drugs. MVP's happy. He's got a big cane he's going to put in that snowflake girl right there. It's unbelievable. And, be ready.
Get ready to witness the most electrifying, bone-crushing, heart-pounding Russian, heart-pounding wrestling spectacle on the planet. Every Dynamite is coming to ignite your Wednesday nights like never before. This isn't just a show, it's a revolution. A no-holds-barred war where the world's fiercest warriors collide in a storm of steel, sweat, and sheer willpower. Brace yourself for an unrelenting barrage of high-flying chaos, devastating power moves and rivalries so intense they'll leave the ring in ashes. From the death-defying aerial assaults of the Young Bucks to the unrelenting fury of Jon Moxley, every match is a main event, every moment a potential game changer. This is where legends are forged, where the unexpected isn't just possible, it's guaranteed. Oh, deed. Dynamite isn't for the faint of heart. It's raw, it's real, it's unscripted madness that'll have you screaming at your screen, fist clenched, as the superstars of all elite wrestling put it all on the line. Grab your spot on the edge of your seat, because this Wednesday the fuse is lit, and the explosion will shake the foundations of professional wrestling. AEW Dynamite, where the action detonates live, only on TBS. Be there or be left in the dust.
Yeah.
Ray Devilite Reeve is live. Joe and Cronin take a deep dive.
It's AEW. What'd you think of AEW tonight? Hey, man. I'm a random black guy, and I watched AEW tonight, and I thought it was damn good. Unbelievable stuff. I saw that show. I thought it was so good, I pulled out my pecker. This is O.J. Simpson.
It's a revolution, a no-holds-barred war, where the world's fiercest warriors collide in a storm of steel, sweat, and sheer willpower. Hey, do my rave is live, Joe Cronin taking a deep dive. Hey, do my rave is live, Joe Cronin taking a deep dive. Brace yourself for an unrelenting barrage of high-flying chaos, devastating power moves and rivalry so intense they'll leave the ring in ashes. From the death
All right, so we're going to talk about AEW. It's pretty good tonight. AEW's been on this kind of streak of like pretty good. I don't know what to call it. Like, it's not really good. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just kind of like, it's been like, all right. I mean, I don't like what they're doing right now because I hate tournaments. Whenever Tony Khan doesn't know where to go after like a pay-per-view, it's always like, well, we're having a tournament, guys. So I don't really... This was the least interesting episode to me in a long time because I just fucking hate the tournament stuff. It's always when they have their, like a good pay-per-view or a pay-per-view comes to its end, that Tony Khan then is like, okay, here's a tournament for the whatever thing that I don't care. So weird. But I don't care about tournaments, and I really don't care when they're like all the time. They're just always tournaments. But a lot of chunky men in masks tonight too, by the way, out there. But we'll go over some of it because I've got some of the matches. I'm looking for them to get, uploaded individually so I could take a peek at a couple of clips I wanted to show you. Tony could be this one day. Steven Langeheim sent me this photo of, what Tony Khan could do. I don't know, man. You really think that? I mean, he'd have to be taking some serious medications, to reach this point, I think. That's a hell of a chest, though. Put my mouth on that guy. That's, very interesting. Let me wear this Gold's Gym t-shirt that's like a toothpick across my chest. Like, is that even a t-shirt? At this point, why wear a shirt, That's probably AI or not real. I mean, maybe that is a real guy. I don't know. He just looks a lot like Tony Khan, but I guess that could be a real guy. I mean, I don't think Tony could get to that size. I mean, I think he could work out and get really ripped, and I don't know, man. I still don't think he'd be that size. Maybe he would be. I don't know. But I don't know, man. Tony Khan, he's pretty small. I like him, though. I like him. Kurtman, what's up, brother? Take your phone call a little bit later. Gonna kind of talk a little bit about AEW tonight, just really quickly, not a lot. And then maybe a couple other little things. MJF is going to join MVP in his group, The Cream in the Coffee. What the hell? OJ's dead? No, he's not. Nobody's really dead. Nobody's really gone, Jarrett. So I don't know what you're talking about. Alex Oli, AEW sucked tonight. What a terrible follow-up to a great pay-per-view. Yeah, I mean, I'm left kind of feeling like blah. I thought it was such a great pay-per-view, and yeah, tonight was run-of-the-mill tournament time, I guess, for Tony. Back to the tournaments, guys. Back to the tournament that I don't care about. But whatever. Some people love it, though, so, I don't know. Some people are probably going to say this was a 7 out of 10 tonight. Some people are going to say it's a 6. I might say it's a 6 or a 5, something like that. Who's the kid now? Because I haven't seen him in so long that I forget who he is. And he was really good. There were some times like a year ago and 2 years ago that, my God, bro, I remember we were saying, like, this kid is really good on screen and on TV and delivering lines. And, man, he's so good. And they, like, barely did anything with him after we all came to this revelation about him. And I just found that to be fucking crazy that they didn't do anything with him, really. Who's the kid? The really young guy? He has the mom and Christian. Who's that guy? So good. So good. We got a brand new t-shirt that we put up on Twitter. We said we could make one that says Free Vince McMahon, but people said, no, we want the other one. So Lock Vince Up. The Lock Vince Up t-shirt. Imagine wearing that to AEW or wearing that to WWE or whatever. Lock Vince Up. Crazy. So you can get that t-shirt. We got it. Now, I also had one that said Free Vince, but people voted on the Lock Vince Up one, but so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I just think that, you know, God, what was his name? Somebody's gonna know in the chat. It's gonna drive me nuts. Yeah, Nick Wayne. There you go, Nick Wayne. It's Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne is really good. He's got great mannerisms, great look on screen. He's like, I don't know, he's kind of like, but he's younger than Dominic, right? And when he started in AEW, he was very young. He was like, I want to say that he was like 18. Like the second this guy turned 18, he was on TV in AEW. And he did a really good job. I don't understand tonight talking out of turn with Christian. And then Christian got in his face. I feel like Christian, if you did that to Christian, like the character of Christian that I've been seeing, I feel like if you do that to Christian, Christian will bite your face off and bite your nads off. And that's the end. That's the end of it. So I was like, oh no, because I like them all together and everything. But I mean, maybe he's about to do a face turn because he's talking shit to Christian. You know, Christian was like trying to make up some shit about like, oh, you know, that I was supposed to enter the match one-on-one, not a triple threat match. How the hell would it have been one-on-one if those two guys are already wrestling? So according to Christian, you could have made the contract so that you now have a one-on-one, but the other guy's not involved, even though he's already in a match. I don't think you can do that, right? So it doesn't make sense, but he said that. And so then Nick was like, yeah, you're full of shit. And I just thought, well, that's the end of that kid. He's never going to work again with Christian because Christian's nuts. He's going to kill this guy. And he got in his face. But I thought that was kind of strange. We'll see what happens there. I guess that's where they're going now to get Christian out of it. So I guess in order to get Christian out of the whole, you know, oh, I'm chasing a championship thing and how everything got screwed up, I guess their way out of it's going to be that Nick Wayne turns on him and he's going to have matches with Nick Wayne. So there you go. So there'll be, I guess that's where they're going with Christian. So I think anybody, I mean, at least to me looking in on it, it feels like to me, well, that means that they're not going to be pursuing Christian at all in the championship. And they're not going to be doing anything like that. So if you thought that, you know, maybe Christian was going to do something or come up with something later, it's probably not going to happen because he lost. He cashed in the other day, lost, looked stupid. And now he's going to be fighting one of his own guys. Looks like. Interesting. This music is funky. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So yeah, so I don't know. I guess that's how they're gonna get out of Christian, you know, doing that stuff. Here's Platinum Max running away. Let's listen. I mean, he is straight up running out of this building. He's sprinting. Look at him running.
What do you mean? Week after week, I'm out there on the TV show. Where's everyone else? Huh? There's a reason I'm here. It's because I'm the best wrestler alive. It says it right here. Okay? What happened out there? You see, I didn't even have my shirt off. You see that, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. So you see, I wasn't ready. So what I don't appreciate is guys like Takeshita or anyone else,
Takeshita,
for that matter,
Takeshita,
to attack me while I'm not ready. I was disrobing, he got in the ring and he took a swing at me. So I just don't appreciate that. What I would like to do is just continue leaving. I just need to go. I just need to.
Sounds like every millennial.
Okay? Not in a fair fight. And until I get a fair fight, I'm not counting any of these. I'm the best wrestler alive for a reason, and it's because I know the rules of wrestling. So I'm going to continue to leave.
His rent-a-cars, where's he going?
So I'm going to continue to leave.
Apparently he's gonna go. He's gonna leave by going over the fence there. Max is going over the fence, and who knows if he's supposed to be over there or not. I don't know. I hope he didn't just break his plaque. He left his plaque, I think. He's kind of going out of bounds here, I think, too. He left his plaque behind. He said that he's the #1 wrestler. And he's running off into probably illegal territory. Look at that. So there you go. With the HBO Max on his ass. Oh, guys, we're doing it again. How do you feel about this? What is why are they doing this? The World Championship is on the line again next week. Edge, Adam Copeland, whatever, and Dean John Moxley in a street fight this time. Bro, they should have already taken the belt off of Moxley. It's ridiculous that the belt isn't off of him. And then look what happened the other night with the Christian cash-in, and you think they're going to take the belt? They're going to take the belt off him now? Do you think they're going to do it in a street fight now? Why are they even having this match? Is it because a third guy got added to their match the other night, and I don't know, it's not fair, and it's like, what are we doing? And I know Cope had to win a match or whatever. He had to earn this essentially, but I don't know. We just did this, and I would have rather seen this tonight. Instead of the tournament thing, I would have rather seen this announced at the beginning of the show. Or this, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Listen, next week this will be good to see a rematch of this or whatever. But I would have rather see this tonight because I did not have much invested. I didn't care about that tournament thing at all tonight. I was like, I don't care. I don't care who faces Kenny Omega. I don't care. And I really don't care that much about this, but at least this is some kind of a follow-up, I guess. But anyway. Whatever. Orange Cassidy had a pretty good match with Sex Luchador, or whatever his name was. And then backstage, right before that happened, Hangman Page and MJF backstage. You can smell the sexual frustration between these two guys. And that was my favorite thing of the night. If you were wondering, what did you actually really like tonight, Joe? It was the velvet jacket of MJF. And it was MJF and I guess Adam Hangman Page, who usually wears butterflies and makes Punk leave the company. Like them.
You thought I was bluffing about lighting you on fire?
MJF with the orange face.
Honestly, good. Well, first of all, I'm going to take a little step back.
Right out of the Trump playbook is MJF with that face, bro. Look at that tan, or that spray tan, whatever you want to call it, on MJF. Brighten it up a little bit. You can see it. Looks like a smiling pumpkin. I think this is where he calls him, you smell like shit or something like that.
Smell like rotten ass. And second of all, what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to make sure to call your bluff a little bit here. Okay, Hanger? Okay. I don't think you realize what happens next.
Did he say, okay, Hanger? Did he say Hanger? Or did he say Hangman? Because I was listening when I was watching this live, and I was like, did he call him Hanger? Okay, Hanger? If he said Hangman, then whatever. But if he said Hanger, that's funny.
because you smell like rotten ass. And second of all, what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to make sure to call your bluff a little bit here. Okay, Hanger? Okay. I don't think you realize what happens next now.
Can't make it out.
See, right now you feel all high and mighty. You're on your high horse. You beat MJF. Congratulations. Someone who is a far superior professional wrestler than you. Fluke victory. We're 1-1. Good stuff. But here's what happens next. Now I go on to become a multiple-time world champion. I go on to become a first ballot Hall of Famer. I go on to go down as one of the greatest of all time. And you know what you're going to do, Hanger? Gosh, you're going to do what you do best, bud. You're going to scratch and claw your way all the way up to the top of the mountain, and just as you're about to reach the pinnacle, you'll come tumbling all the way down, wallowing in your own self-pity. But you know what's funny? When your mask slips off, you know what I notice? I notice that your biggest insecurity is the fact that you don't think you deserve their love. And guess what, Hanger?
He did call him Hanger. Oh, my God, bro. Guess what, Hanger?
Right. Because one day, these people are going to get sick and tired of waiting for you to win the big one. Because you never will. You're never going to make them proud. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to win that world title over and over and over again, and I will be laughing at you the entire way up that mountain. Well, we'll see, won't we?
I wish he said like a yippee-ki-yay or yee-haw or something. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I was looking for next, but it was great stuff. That was pretty good. Enjoyed that. Let's enjoy something from you guys. And that is from a sexual predator.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife.
It's from Leonard Kitty Kisser.
I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9.
The big donation.
Suck my dick.
Ooh, that's.
Joey, my love, I enjoyed your stream last night.
Thank you.
I was in bed listening to Sweat Luke talk and chat with you. It was enjoyable and erotic. Luke's moist voice slightly arouses me. Unlike the cheap, broke-ass ghost from the coast. He
Wow. He nauseates me. Oh, well. Wow. Leonard Kitty Kisser. Good to hear from you, brother. Thank you for listening. Yeah, me and we had a crazy stream Monday night. We had a crazy stream Monday night where, like, we stayed up all night. Dork Knight brought his girlfriend on the show, and people called her, you know, they called her sexy, lovely. Some people called her a troll. Some people called her beautiful. Some people called her a tramp. Some people called her wonderful. Some people really loved her. Some people called her gorilla. You know, there was terrible things said about her sometimes. But then there was wonderful things said about her. And wonderful things said about Dork. And we went late into the night with everybody on Monday night. I mean, Monday night was crazy. We were up until like 3 a.m. And it was a really fun stream. And then the night after last night, we were up not as late, but we were up pretty late with craziness last night. So thank you for that. But tonight really probably will be a quick stream where I just talk a little bit more. But last night was going to be a quick stream, but then it turned into bombs away donos, and that was crazy. But, you know, it was a lot of fun, so thank you. Yeah, Luke did great. It was just me and Luke all night. Me and Luke did like a 4-hour show, basically. And then the night before. So, yeah, everybody, a lot of stuff to listen to the last couple of days. But yeah, that I like that interaction with MJF. Now, the one thing I didn't hear tonight was I didn't hear Will Ospreay. I got to go listen to that because I didn't hear Will Ospreay. I think he did an interview with Tony, and at the time I was like working on some dinner stuff, and I just my my stream went down on my phone and I couldn't hear it. So I am going to play that in a few minutes so we can listen to it because I didn't see that part. So Willow, Statlander gets like saved by Willow at some point. That was all right. Women did okay. Women have been doing pretty decent in AEW recently. It's weird because NXT really crams the women down your throat, and WWE NXT at least, and they're just like they're all kind of blending in together to me. The women in NXT a lot of times, but the women in AEW stand out to me for whatever reason. For the most part, maybe it's because there's not as many and they're more long-time women in AEW, but. So, I don't know. I've enjoyed that more. Chris Jericho has Bandito's mask or something like that, and he keeps doing this stuff. He said, listen to it.
It's the perfect word, isn't it, Bandito? Because that's exactly what has been introduced into our situation. Gravity. The temperature of the room has changed, hasn't it? I know you can feel it, Bandito. And you know why? It's because I humiliated you in front of your family. I embarrassed your brother and stole his mask. I scared your precious sister. I made your mother cry in front of you, Bandito. How do you come back from that? How do you ever look her in the eye again knowing the disappointment she has in you? It's a shame, isn't it? Maybe you brought this upon yourself, I don't know, or maybe you're just the unlucky son of a bitch who was standing in the way of Chris Jericho when I decided to stop letting people take advantage of me and stop letting people get so comfortable around me. Your life has changed forever, Bandito. It's not a good thing. I know you know that. The gravity.
Some dumb fat pig yelled something about the list and ruined the moment, god damn it. You know what? That lady should make a list of things she probably shouldn't eat because she's 500 pounds. But whatever. I like that he had the Ring of Honor title. It looks like he's gotten rid of the whole, is the learning tree over? It feels like that's what's going on here. Like the learning tree is actually over for Jericho. Or is, because I think that's over, right? Is he not doing that anymore? David says the main event of Revolution wasn't that good. Ospreay versus Fletcher and Storm May should have been a main event. Yeah, one of those two. I mean, we talked about it. I mean, I think it was Dork Knight the other night. He asked me, like, what would you have made the main event, you know, now that it's over? And I was like, well, Tony Storm. You know, I think Ospreay, you know, his match would have been good, like, second match of the night or the middle of the night or opening. And then you could have put Tony Storm last. But I don't know, man. I think that would have suffered then if Ospreay's match went first. Because the first match that was just all-out insanity was Tony Storm's. And so that was burned in my brain after I saw it. So every time other people would do things like that match or there was blood, stuff like that, I was like, well, you can't beat. You're not going to beat the emotion of that match, regardless of how many dives, flops, flips, busted open heads, whatever. It's not going to beat Tony Storm and Mariah May because there was so much emotion in that, and that already happened. I saw it first, so, you know, you really just couldn't beat it after that was the first thing you saw. Joseph Sandoval, thanks for subbing to the channel. Leonard Kitty Kisser, thank you for the $9 donation. If you guys want to donate, the donation link is pinned to the top of the chat. Streamlabs is pinned up there. Use it if you want. Kurtman, how you doing? The Monetize This champion Novanix is in the chat, putting that belt on the line for episode 500 of Monetize This coming up soon. Novanix, baby. Look at that. 500 episodes of Monetize This, April 12th.
1 week before WrestleMania, April 12th, 2025. 1 week before WrestleMania. Be ready for the amazing 500th episode of Monetize This. For over 10 years, a show that has changed lives, ruined lives, made Joe a ton of money, created enemies, and everlasting memories will go live for its 500th episode. Monetize This, 500 April 12th, special start time of 9 p.m. April 12th, 2025, 1 week before WrestleMania. Be ready for the amazing 500th episode of Monetize This.
I can't wait. You can't wait. Your mother can't wait. People are ready for Monetize This 500. Novonix, were you at the show? Novonix says I was there. You mean you were at the show? Are you serious? Wait. You went to the show tonight? Damn, brother. Did you get some photos? Did we get some photos of the show tonight? We should have had Novonix attack a security guard and like tell him the Joe Cronin show made him do it. And then like and he just causes a disturbance. Fucking Novonix. So is a lot of people questioning the whole idea of MJF joining the Hurt Syndicate. I don't think anybody really wants MVP, or not MVP, MJF. I don't think anybody really wants MJF to join the Hurt Syndicate. But when you see something like this, you wonder two things. There are two things that we wonder when we see things like MJF being questioned about joining the Hurt Syndicate. Number one is that, okay, is MJF now going to utilize the Hurt Syndicate to help him beat somebody or to help him do some things down the line? Is that what we're going to see? Or is MJF about to turn face again and the Hurt Syndicate is going to beat him up and he's going to be a sympathetic face again? I really hope that doesn't happen. I really don't want... I don't mind if MJF ever turns face again. They shouldn't change anything about him other than he's fighting with bad guys. And if he's fighting with bad guys, that's fine. But they should really be careful to not align him with anybody either. Like, it was like back in the day when Stone Cold Steve Austin coincidentally happened to be, on the same page as somebody else. He didn't really get along with anybody, but all right, like, they're helping me for a second, whatever. I'll stun them just as soon as I would anybody else. I don't give a shit. And for a while, they really protected that about Austin. They protected it for a while, that, Stone Cold didn't give a damn. It happened when he was tag team partners with Shawn Michaels. It was very difficult for them to get along because he was such a son of a bitch to himself. He didn't have this gay love affair with Shawn Michaels like he did with Adam Cole, the man that couldn't hang on to Britt Baker because the dong couldn't get the job done. But, and then later on, reluctantly, Stone Cold he had to help Stephanie once. And reluctantly, Mankind, he had to help him once. And reluctantly, he had to be on a team with the Patriot and a couple other people. But never in those times did Stone Cold Steve Austin break his character then and suddenly fall in love with his tag team partner and want to go get a hotel room blowing the person. So that was the great thing about Stone Cold, is like he was always like, damn, I don't like him, he don't like me, and just as soon as I drop his ass, just as soon as I would the Rock's, whatever. And it's like you don't know what the hell he's going to do. But like for some reason MJF is like, he falls in love with Chris Jericho, and he wants to have sex with Jericho. He falls in love with Adam Hangman Page, or not Adam Page, but Adam Cole, and he wants to have sex with Adam Cole. So if they do turn, or MJF does seem to go in a more face look, he should never be any different than he is right now, other than he's facing bad guys. So he's probably going to get cheered. Fine, but keep him the exact same way he is right now and make him just the same person. Don't do anything different with him. The only difference is he's not going after the big faces, and he's not going after the good guys. Mostly, he still can, but not mostly. And just keep him rogue. He's a rogue to himself, and that's what people love about him, and whatever. Don't do some like bromance with people and whatever else. Again, they've done it multiple times. It's hurt his character because he's done it twice. He needs to stop with that. Stay heel, or if he's going to be kind of facey, keep him heel. Keep him the anti-hero, 100%. So hopefully that's what happens. So either one of those things could be happening with the Hurt Syndicate. They could be turning on him at some point, but then that makes me wonder, oh crap, he needs help from other people. I don't know if I like that. But then if he's with them, then they're actually going to help him win something coming up eventually. That's interesting, I suppose. But, what does it all mean? I don't know. Like officially, like overall.
With Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Good, I'm glad you want to hear it because I'm going to tell you anyway. When young Maxwell Jacob Friedman was 18 years old.
Oh, wow. Here we go. He's going to tell us about how he molested him. Here we go.
He once volunteered to drive me to a documentary film about HR from Bad Brains. I was in Philly. It was in Asbury Park. That was the whole thing. But he, MJF, volunteered to drive me for the low, low price of being able to sit next to me and ask questions about the professional wrestling business. And what impressed me wasn't that he was asking questions. It was the questions that he asked. His intelligence early on showed me that this was a kid to be reckoned with and that I would see him around. And then not long after that, what was it? It was an indie company in South Florida where we got to meet again. And on such a small stage, I saw that you had, what do you guys say nowadays? Huge aura. I knew then that you were going to be a star. That's why I was so eager to work with you. That's why I was so happy to share my knowledge with you, because you had a certain intuition and temerity that you can't teach. But what I love about it is you told me back then that one day you would be a heavyweight main event world champion. And you, my friend, did everything you said you were going to do. And it's for that reason that I'm proud of you. But what I am not proud of, and what I know you can't possibly be proud of, is what happened to you on Sunday. What are you doing, man? Why are you out here talking to these people about what happened to you? Some would say whining to these people about what happened to you on Sunday. Max, how come you're not angry? How come you're not kicking people? How come you're not smashing things, punching people in the face? Max, how come you're not hurting people? You see, I know the answer to that question. The answer is that you have lost your edge. You. The boys in the back, look how they treat you. Look how they talk. They don't respect you anymore, man. And even worse, they don't fear you.
It's because he was edging on Adam Cole not that long ago. See?
But you know who they do fear? They fear the Hurt Syndicate. And that, my friend, is what you were missing. See,
God, I love that velvet shirt he's wearing. I'm loving it.
Ooh.
With all due respect, as you know, it is a very short list of people that I do respect in this sport, and you're one of them. However, I'm not the same bright-eyed, bushy-tailed kid I was all those years ago.
I don't know.
With all due respect,
say it again.
I don't need your help, and I damn sure don't need your advice. I'm MJF, and whether these morons want to hear it or not, I was the world champion for 406 consecutive days.
Focus on the word was.
So this is that, cliffhanger of, will you join us? You need us to be better? Join our group. He's got the velvet jacket on. That's all I care about. That's all I saw the whole time. I didn't give a shit about any of this. I was like, I don't care. I got to be honest. I didn't care. I don't care if he joins the Hurt Syndicate. I don't care if the Hurt Syndicate beats him up. It's like I was like, why is this happening? But whatever. It is what it is. That's fine. Max got rolled up with his little HBO pants.
There's no way you're here to fight me. I'm the best wrestler alive. I mean, dude, I'd freaking kill you. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
You must be here to invite me into the Don Callis family, right? That's interesting. Imagine what the Don Callis family can do for the best wrestler alive. Maybe I can main event the Tokyo Dome. Maybe I could get that recording contract. Stop. Or maybe, Takeshita, I could do the thing that you weren't able to do and beat Kenny Omega.
Shut him up. Knocked him out.
Oh my God.
Pretty. Takeshita.
I can't believe he didn't see that coming. That big wind-up that Takeshita dropped on him. I mean, he wound up like for 10 seconds before he waffled Max, right in the head. There was a lot of promo tonight. There was a lot of talk. There was a lot of backstage video, promo. And who in the world, I'm sorry, maybe I'm new to wrestling. Does anybody know where the fuck is Speedball Mike Bailey from? Who in the world is Speedball Mike Bailey? Does anybody know? I've never heard of him. Maybe it's because I don't watch like MLW versus Ring of Honor on a Tuesday at 3 a.m. in the morning, but okay. Speedball Mike Bailey. I mean, this sounds like either a stripper or a drug addict. And he won tonight, so get ready for next week or whatever, but he looked good, I guess, but I just never was interesting. Anybody, where is he from? He's from Canada. Oh, there you go. That's why I don't know who he is. See? Cannot believe Big E jumped to AEW. That's bonkers. What's up, Jay Swiss? I guess I don't get it. I don't get the joke, but Ricochet's doing great. I love Ricochet. I'm fully in on Ricochet. It's great. Ricochet? Oh my God. Why would you? What the hell's wrong with you? Let's well, we can listen to the Ricochet promo too. There's a lot of promos tonight.
Despite what you may think, just because I got screwed at Revolution does not mean that my quest for championship gold is over. No, Fresno, not by a long shot. And besides, I didn't want that ugly ass robe anyways. But then I look out there and I see Kenny Omega holding the international championship, and it looks pretty, I gotta admit.
Man, it's too bad he didn't say it smelled like slavery. That would have been great.
But then I think, you know what would look even better? The international championship on my waist. You see, that is why I entered Dynasty's International Championship Eliminator Tournament. And Shibata, look, I know who...
Why is Ricochet, though? And listen, I love Ricochet now. I love it. I love this character, whatever he is. I love it. But why is he dressed like my ghetto CPA? Like, he should change his name at this point to Ghetto CPA. Hey, none of us are going to need a CPA soon if they get rid of the IRS. But Ghetto CPA. That's what this is. The Ghetto CPA.
Who you are. I know everything about you. I know what you're capable of. And that is
Love
why
it.
I'm giving you the option. I'm doing you the favor and I'm giving you the option, Shibata, to give up, to quit, to forfeit. Do not show up on Collision this Saturday or I'm afraid of what's going to happen. I'm afraid that you might not have your little translator app to tell the world that you got beat by the man who was destined to hold gold here in AEW. You see, it's still Ricochet's time. That's a promise.
So, like, this almost, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched Collision in, like, I don't know. Was it been like 10 weeks? 10 weeks? 15 weeks? I don't know. I don't know how long it's been since I've watched Collision. But when I heard that, I went, man, there is a slight chance that I want to tune in to watch Ricochet. Because for some reason, his retarded, absurd promos kind of make me like him or make me think this is ridiculous. I want to watch that. Just this little bit. So you got Ricochet, who's now kind of funny, like, you know. You got MJF, who's always entertaining when he talks. You don't know what he's going to say. You want to hear what he wants to say. So those were my favorite things of the night tonight. But the one problem is I just don't care about the tournament stuff. I don't. There's just too many tournaments in AEW, so I don't like it. I know that that's something that some people really love, though, so good for them, but I just too many. There's just too many. Well, you know, once a year, a couple, maybe two times a year, I can deal with a tournament, but AEW seems to hold the tournament like 6 to 8 times a year, I think. And I don't know what the real numbers are, but it feels like that. It feels like 6 to 8 times. And I don't want to watch those at all anymore. But I know that Tony Khan loves them, and so... But I think... So Ricochet is now a character that I enjoy. You know, MJF obviously is a character I enjoy. And so you're starting to kind of get somewhere with that. You know, with people that are somewhat making you want to watch. You know, like when I look at Ricochet and even Christian, I love bad guy Christian. When he's on the screen too, I want to watch Christian as well. Like so far, like I'm going to make a screenshot of everybody. Cuz I want to talk about this a little bit, and I want to sort of explain my position on it. And MJF, by the way, could he be any more orange tonight? This motherfucker is getting the same tan as Donald Trump. It's unbelievably orange. Even the Jericho promo tonight was kind of funny. Like, even he was pretty funny tonight, Jericho. There was an Ospreay promo. I mean, just everybody was cutting promos, interviews, which I really thought was pretty good. And, you know, a couple of the matches were overall wrestling-wise pretty good, I suppose. So, again, tonight I thought was like a mixed bag of... I didn't think it was great. I think they could have done a lot more with the show, but at the same time, it was somewhat entertaining, so I give it like a 6 out of 10 or something.
Quest for championship gold is over. No, Fresno.
The Speedball versus what was it, Mortos or Beast Guy or Mortos Guy, or what the hell's the guy's name with the big Beast outfit that Speedball wrestled to start? Because it was a fun match, you know, that Speedball wrestled. I'm sure people are going to make comparisons with Speedball to like the Dynamite Kid maybe, and you know, somebody else maybe a little bit of that Canadian, that sort of high flying, rough Canadian style. I don't know how to explain that sort of style, but whatever. I think people will probably make comparisons about that. And I haven't watched him again a lot. Like, I don't know that much about him. I told you. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm making a collage here of the people that have entertained me. And I'm not talking about wrestling wise. I think there's a lot of guys wrestling wise that, you know, can kind of tear it up out there and, you know, put some entertainment on things as far as out in the ring goes. But really what matters more than anything to me is the personalities and the characters. Those are what make me really more than anything like, oh yeah, I want to go see that. I want to go watch them. And so I made this collage, and if anybody can think of some other people maybe that I'm missing or that you think are really good characters or personalities that I'm missing out on. I could be wrong. I could be whatever. And if that's the case, we'll talk about it. But these right here, it's MJF has pretty much always been on this list, so MJF is always there. And I would argue that Darby Allin is there for me too, but we haven't seen Darby and Allin in a while because he's trying to commit suicide climbing a mountain or something somewhere. But and Darby Allin isn't really good on promos. He's not great on promos. He doesn't really whatever, but he has an aura of a character that I like, a destructive, like kamikaze, high-flying, crazy wrestler who has this heart. And so for that reason, I would probably stick Darby Allin on this list too. These are people, and obviously I think that you could put Jericho on this list when he was doing really well. But Jericho now is not, you could tell me Jericho is going to be there. I don't necessarily think I would run out to see it. But if we could get back to the old Jericho, the one that was, there was a time where Jericho was a full-on draw for AEW. Like, I want to go see Jericho, like in whatever iteration of AEW it was. But I'm going to leave him off right now. I think his, not, I'm just going to leave him off right now. I don't think what he's doing right now is not making me want to run out and see it. But if you told me, Darby Allin was going to be in a match, I would be like, okay, I'm pretty interested in that. So Darby Allin's more like an honorable mention on this. I'll put him like down here because he doesn't really have promo and character skills on the mic that draw me in. But he does kind of draw me as a wrestler. So these are my five. These are my right now, currently in AEW, these are my 5 reasons that I would pay money for a ticket. If you told me Christian was going to be cutting a promo against somebody tonight, and you told me Darby Allin was going to be wrestling somebody, and you told me I was going to get to see Ricochet cut a promo in the ring, maybe wrestle somebody, you told me MJF was going to be there, and you told me Timeless Tony Storm was going to be there. Now you've got a crew of people. Christian, for the most part, has been this way for me for the last couple of years. MJF has pretty much always been this way since he started in AEW for the most part. Tony Storm has come up all of a sudden since she created this character, and now she's super entertaining with this character. And then Darby Allin, just as somebody in a match, is so reckless and wild that I like to see him live. So these are reasons that I would purchase a ticket to AEW. These are the reasons. And so I want you to think about all the other people that you've signed that are cost millions of dollars. And I want you to think about all the tournament matches and the Continental Tournament of the Sea and whatever else. None of that matters. What matters to me are these 5 people. Like, yeah, there's other people, sure. There's other people that are pretty decent and pretty good, and I like other people too. And there's other people that can do things that are great. But right now, just without knowing a story or knowing what's going on, and if you told me these names are going to be there, these are people that I have interest in. Overall. Obviously I think some other people are pretty good too. But all those other people, they're not going to be enough to make me go out and buy a ticket and want to go see a show. No, it's just not going to happen. But if all 5 of these people are there, that might get me off my ass to go see something. And it's crazy that Ricochet is now in that category for me. It's crazy that I'm enjoying Ricochet that much. It's got to be one of the biggest rises in stock in a while, right? Like Tony Storm was a dead-on arrival, kind of nobody with a name in the indies. Like, oh, Tony Storm, she's hot. Tony Storm, she's hot. Oh, man, look at her, Tony Storm. I'm a geek. But nobody could ever really point to matches and things that she did that were so good. Then she leaves WWE, and she comes to AEW with the same type of vibe. Nothing really going on. I've got an OnlyFans. But when she created this character, she is now must-see. Tony Storm went from a 5 or 6 out of 10 regular person, wrestler girl, to now a character that's like at least an 8 out of 10 in the company. She's at an 8 out of 10 overall score if I'm making the creative video game person. She was a 5 or a 6. She's now an 8 at the least. Right? MJF, he's been the way he is. Christian, veteran, but I enjoy his, like, evil villain fucking arc that he has going on. And Ricochet, a guy who's like an 8 out of 10 wrestler. You know, he's so good in the ring. He doesn't necessarily tell the classic wrestling stories in the ring that are enough to make me love him, like, you know, an Austin or Bret Hart. But he is a crazy, flip-floppy, wild, entertaining high flyer guy that really has solid, fun matches from time to time, video game style, which I value it more of a 7 out of 10. Some people would say he's a 10 out of 10. I give him a 7 because I don't value, acai moonsault off whatever through whatever the fuck on a flip-floppy roll of thunder thing. It's just the way it is for me. I'm sorry. Like I appreciate a good match, not a crazy amount of video game stuff. So for that reason, Ricochet, love him. I love watching Ricochet. I like Ricochet matches. I would watch it. 7 out of 10 usually. Maybe he does an 8, but I'll give him 7s usually, unless he does something really wild and has chemistry with somebody. But seriously, one of the most athletic people, a 10 out of 10 as far as athleticism, and as far as a high flyer, 10 out of 10. But as far as a real wrestling match that intrigues me, 7 out of 10, not bad. But as far as a promo, the guy's a 4 out of 10. He's awful pretty much on the promo. There's no character or promo that I care about. Now Ricochet's a wackaloo fucking weirdo, like CPA dork on crack or something, like serial killer vibes, finger his asshole vibes in front of like a McDonald's. And the idea of how weird he is so bizarre that I'm entertained by it. And I think I'm entertained by that by about a 7 out of 10. Could Ricochet get even more dastardly and weird and take this to even a higher level? Maybe, probably. But at least now, I think he's a 7 out of 10 usually in the ring and in a match. And now I think he's a 7 out of 10 on the promo. So because of that, you've got a 7 out of 10 guy who he used to be a 6 or 5 out of 10 guy. Now he's a 7 out of 10. So when regardless of whatever you guys think about what I just said, and if you disagree with me, whatever, but like the bottom line is his real estate is up. Either way, Ricochet's stock is trending upward. Tony Storm's stock is trended upward, even more than his ahead of him. MJF, his stock is riding high like it usually is. It goes down a little bit sometimes, goes up a little bit, but it's up there. And Christian is probably the weakest of all of them because Christian just does, his matches or whatever. It's more about the character and more about what a piece of shit he really is. But I like it, so he entertains me in the back and the promos and everything else. He's got a 6 out of 10 match, but he's got an 8 out of 10 promo. So I think Christian is probably on the lower end of the things here, but he's entertaining me a lot. I put him on this list. He's somehow above Jericho for me, which is crazy because usually Jericho would be above Christian, but right now he's still above Jericho for me because he's kind of, but he's playing it safe. Jericho's taking chances every 6 months. Jericho reinvents himself, and usually it pays off, but not every time. Christian is pretty much still like, hey, I'm a piece of shit bad guy. Darby Allin has no promo ability really. He's kind of like Ricochet. But because Darby Allin has this sort of heart and reckless, like wild-ass fucking wrestling, he gets slight points sometimes above Ricochet because he's willing to crash and burn in an intense way that nobody else does. Almost like the Mick Foley of the high flyers. And also Darby Allin, he's got a great entrance theme. He's got a great vibe overall. He's like this kind of enigma type of Jeff Hardy meets Mick Foley type. And so for that reason, he has this sort of default character in a way, and that Ricochet didn't have. Ricochet just has the whole, I'm a high-flying superhero type of guy, but that's about it. Darby has this sort of sympathetic sadness to him, but excitement as well. And Darby Allin's promos aren't very good. Probably a 5 out of 10 on the promo, Darby. It could be worse, but, for the most part, he doesn't really come across in promos. But he is who he is, so he does kind of seem somewhat genuine. Like, he's just not a promo guy. I wish that Darby went a little more intense to some things, but also Darby sometimes tells a story with videos and film and makes these sort of stories through film and video that are fun to watch. And so he's just got that vibe, that horror, gothy, punk, macabre type of like weird dude vibe, whatever it is, call it whatever it is. So it's for that reason all these people on this list here would could potentially draw money from me at a show. Anyway, I think I beat a dead horse there with all of that, but I sort of wanted to explain it to everybody. That being said, I'd give AEW a 6 out of 10 tonight, and I thought it was all right. I think they could have done better, but I think they did all right. I think a lot of people enjoyed tonight's AEW Dynamite, and that's good. And hopefully next week they'll ramp it up. I think they're a little bit devoid of ideas sometimes after pay-per-view nights. They really kind of mail it in a lot of times night after pay-per-view, which I think is a mistake for AEW. But they're also resetting things in a way, so I give them credit for that. I don't think I like that direction. That's my personal taste. I don't like that they're, with the tournament. I don't love, let's go into a tournament now but they also did set up stories. It set up, not stories, but they seemingly are setting up these plots and things that are going on with people tonight. So they did kind of mix in some of that while having a tournament as well. And I guess maybe I'm just too fixated on the idea of the tournament happening, and I suppose it's okay. I would have preferred, just one match in a tournament, but I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm just sick of tournaments all the time. There's always a tournament going on. But overall, it's okay. Wow. I can't believe it, but Immune the other night, remember last night he donated a ton, Immune? Well, guess what? I didn't even know I made this shirt. But apparently Immune got one. And he sent me a tweet. He still has Slob75. That's crazy. I thought the Slob75 shirt also had a fedora on it. I think there was another one that had like a fedora and it said Slob75. But I can't remember now. But I guess I also just made one that said Slob75. I can't believe we sold some of these. We did. We sold probably like 8 or 9 of them. And you're one of them, Immune. Wow, bro. Hey, man, thank you so much the other night for donating all that. That was crazy. He was dropping Hundy bombs last night. It was fucking crazy. And so wasn't Z-Pain. Z-Pain was dropping donos like crazy. It was nuts. Immune as well. So thank you guys for that. And tonight, do we have a donation tonight? We had one, right? We had one from Leonard Kitty Kisser, baby. Tonight, we did have a dono, so at least we got something to drop tonight. Leonard Kitty Kisser dropped $9. Thank you, Leonard Kitty Kisser. And Joey Sandoval subscribed, and Reynard subscribed as well. Thank you for subbing to the channel, man. Pretty quiet night as far as subs go, too. But it is what it is. We did AEW. And a lot of people giving it a 7 in the chat. Nice. Nice. Good stuff, man. Good to see. I think wrestling's done a pretty good job the last week or week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it's been. I think we've seen a lot of pretty decent wrestling. Like, it's not been terrible. It's not all of it's been really amazing good, but it's not been terrible. And so that's pretty cool, man. We've had some pretty decent stuff to watch recently. So that being said, I hope you guys can leave a like, leave a comment. And I also hope you guys can sign up on Patreon, because when you go to Patreon, you always get alerts that I'm live. You get all the bonus podcasts, and you get thousands of podcasts that are up there from the forever, since 2014 on this show. They're all up on Patreon. Thousands of podcasts that you cannot hear on YouTube. They're only on Patreon. There's just so many. Plus all the original episodes of the Corrupted podcast. I mean, some of those episodes are 3-4 hours long, and they're just packed full of just some of the most dastardly jokes and fucked up shit that you've ever heard, probably. But so Corrupted Podcast is one big reason, but so many others. And then, of course, you get alerts every day. And me and Luke did a podcast on there a little while ago. Yesterday, we did a podcast that's up on for members only. I did one on YouTube. So you should pretty much have access. If you're a member only, you'll have access to the stuff. And if you're a patron, you'll have access to the stuff. So both people get everything, mostly. So if you're a member, look for it as well on the YouTube membership area. We're going to be doing a members only stream tomorrow. So be here for that members only Q&A hangout type of thing. I'm just going to rattle off stuff from the members and just do stuff, whether that's a 20-minute stream or a 1-hour stream, I don't know. But it will be up to how many questions and things people want to say as far as members go. We have about 200 members almost now, so there should be a good amount of people that might be stopping in for that. Some people really hated AEW tonight. Some people didn't like it. I think it was a little bit of a letdown tonight, one way or the other. I think some people liked AEW tonight. So it's, I think we're kind of getting a mixed reaction from a lot of people about AEW tonight. A lot of promos, a lot of sort of beginning setups of things maybe, but we're not sure. And then also a lot of just a lot of backstage promos, in-ring promos, multiple in-ring promos, and there was a couple of matches. And certainly the focus seemingly was on the tournament as far as wrestling goes. So it is what it is. I'm Joe Cronin, and this is the Joe Cronin Show. I hope you subscribe if you're new. Hope you share this out to people that you know. And, I look to catch you guys tomorrow, like I said, in sometime in the afternoon, potentially, or later on for the members-only stream. I may actually do the afternoon stream and then do that as well. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Get ready to witness the most electrifying, bone-crushing, heart-pounder rushing, heart-pounding wrestling spectacle on the planet. Every Dynamite is coming to ignite your Wednesday nights like never before. This isn't just a show, it's a revolution. A no-holds-barred war, where the world's fiercest warriors collide in a storm of steel, sweat, and sheer willpower. Brace yourself for an unrelenting barrage of high-flying chaos. Devastating power moves and rivalries so intense they'll leave the ring in ashes. From the death-defying aerial assaults of the Young Bucks to the unrelenting fury of Jon Moxley. Every match is a main event, every moment a potential game changer. This is where legends are forged, where the unexpected isn't just possible, it's guaranteed. Oh, deed.
Hey wrestling fans, this is Leah, Joe's sexy wrestling wife. Support my dumb fuck husband by clicking on the Amazon link at the end of this video. You probably buy stupid shit on Amazon, and if you use his link, he gets 2% of the sale. So you know you use Amazon, so use that link before you buy. Please make him happy. Thanks. Thanks to all the $25 or more producers this month: Allison Tuckwab, The Ghost, From the Coast, Brian Jardine, Alan Stober, Snarkbait Sith _Negan, Matt Rossmeyer, Alex O'Donnell. I really, really want to say your name next month. So become one now at patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Support the show by donating live or by sending a direct donation to Joe at paypal.me/Joe Cronin Show. Also, become a Patreon at patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show for as little as $1, or become a badass producer at $25 or more. Shout out to the enemy design Sith Negan in the $100 spot with Ghost from the Coast.
Welcome the new producer, Spectral Citizen. Welcome the new producer, Spectral Citizen.
I know you love watching the Joe Cronin Show. I know you do because I do too. I am creaming in my panties thinking about listening to Joe. When you donate to him, somewhere a female is coming.
Get your name on this thumbnail. When you become a $25 patron or more, you get added to this list of awesome people. The Joe Cronin Show Patreon is loaded with content you can't hear on YouTube. So join the thousands who have become patrons over the years and experience the most in your face, wild content available. Also, we need viewers like you to help us keep going. It means the world even for $1 you get so much, and you help us kick ass. See you on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Now, let's take a break to listen to Luke Rojas lose his mind like an angry lesbian who lost her dildo.
Yo, so I was watching your review or your video that you did last night, and then I go and check out the ending of NXT, and that might have been like the cringiest thing I've seen in a good while. Like, not the worst thing, but oh my god, like the shaking of the camera, there's like strobe lights for no reason at all, and then like Ava's terrible acting, like, oh my god, Stone, are you okay, Stone? Like, oh, and then the writing on the wall, like, dude, it literally looks like something that like a 9-year-old would make with their friends. It was really, really embarrassing.
Hey, what's up, wrestling fans? It's me, Rex, the racist